the TCI Sports College Basketball Game of the Week.
Tonight from Oakland University, it's the Wayne State Tartars taking on the Oakland University Pioneers. Hello again, everyone. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson here at the Lepley Sports Center on the campus of Oakland University, where today the Pioneers host the Wayne State Tartars, and the Tartars have always given the Pioneers trouble, Joe.
Yeah, no matter what the records are, it is the old cliche of throw out the records when it's a rivalry like this, and it's been true. Tartars on a bit of a down year, 3-5 in the GLIAC, but again, they always come in here, and every time we do the game, they usually win or at least make it a close game. Pioneers, on the other hand, 7-game winning streak, off to an 11-2 start overall, their best ever. First place in the GLIAC, 15th ranked nationally in Division II.
Okay, let's talk about the Tartars first. They have a young team, but they have a young guy that's going to help them out quite a bit.
Yeah, Tony Goins, their leading scorer. They are coming off a big win last week, and he had 31 points in that victory. An 86-78 decision over Ashland. He's going to have to score around 30 again. That was his career high. He's going to have to do that to beat Oakland today.
Okay, on the other side, the Pioneers have a very strong team as well. We talked about their winning streak, and they've got some names that we talked about last year a lot.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's back from last year except for a couple of guys, and Kevin Kovac has been one of their main guys, only a junior. Last week in 2 victories, 18 points and 9 assists against Northwood, and then 23 points against Grand Valley, including 6 out of 7 from three-point range. And he's just one of many options that they can go to, and that's why they have such a potent offense, as they always do.
Okay, so it's an experienced Pioneer team going up against a young Tartar team. We'll see how things turn out right after these messages with the tip-off. Stay with us.
I wrote a letter to TCI because of the kind service and the kindness that was given to me when we needed service. I'm a district manager for Family Dollar stores here in Detroit and Pontiac. And being a district manager over 16 stores, it's important for us to maintain good customer service day in and day out. If you don't give good service to customers, you don't maintain good service, you don't maintain a good company. And TCI, in my book, has certainly represented customer service to the nth degree.
On the Master Anglers, we bring you the hottest fishing action around the state of Michigan. From tips and techniques to advice and stories from the pros, the Master Anglers gives you the info you need to catch the big ones. Plus, it's just plain fun. That's the Master Anglers, Thursday nights at 8 on TCI Channel 63.
It's the TCI Sports Game of the Week, this week at the Lepley Sports Arena here on the campus of Oakland University. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson here to give you the play-by-play on this game. The record's currently 3-5 for Wayne State, 8-7 overall for the Pioneers, 5-1 in the conference, 11-2 overall. Their best start at this point.
Yeah, their best start ever after the first 13 games. The one loss in the conference came the first conference game. And that's what they're supposed to do. You see Wayne State coach Ron Hamby, he's won a couple of GLIAC titles. And on the other side, Oakland University's Greg Campy, he has yet to win a GLIAC title, but they're picked this year preseason to win it, and so far they're on their way to doing it.
Ron Hamby and Greg Campy, as you see them there, they've known each other for many years. And
college teammates, weren't
college teammates, and now rivals on the court as coaches. And it's always an interesting battle between these two teams. The starters, Goins, Watkins, Bryant, Harris, and Foley. Watkins will play more of a small forward to guard. And Booza, Stuck, Burkholder, Merwelli, and Kovac.
Yes.
As we talked about Kovac in the open.
And OU, as we've seen every year, they're always the run-and-gun, high-scoring team. And tremendous home record, actually better away, and a 1-1 neutral site, although I guess neutral site would technically be away, but still pretty good record overall.
Yeah. There you see the field goal percentages, very close, but you can see the Pioneers and the great season they're having, right near 50%. Three-point range, Pioneers always doing well there as the tip-off goes out of bounds. And the Pioneers at 39, close to 40% there from three-point range.
Yeah, the Pioneers 14th in the nation in three-pointers made per game. Another something else they're always real high on. And Angelo Gus, former Wayne State baseball coach. You think he's a little biased today?
I don't know. He's not there anymore.
That's true.
Pioneers try to set it up first, and a pass goes out of bounds. The pass was going to
How do you like the Pioneers' new uniform?
Merwelli out there, it looks like. The
Yep.
Pioneers' new uniform.
Yeah, they used to wear white.
Yep.
Now they got the gold thing, and now they got the names below the numbers. That's different.
Yeah. So we've got to look in a different area. Yeah, maybe there's more room now to write Merwelli. Last time,
Right.
Tom had his name all the way up and down his back.
Coming around to the front.
Yeah. Tartars to set up. No score here in the early going. Pass deflected and back out. And the Tartars hit Duran Watkins. Watkins with the first 2 points of the game.
And Duran Watkins, about a 10-point per game score, one of their guards. And again, they're going to have more than just Tony Goings. They're going to have a couple other guys pick it up and get into that 15 to 20-point range.
Yeah, they run basically a 3-guard offense, and now they get the rebound.
Controlling the board so far, boxing out, and the littler guys are using some quickness to get underneath and steal the rebound.
Good passing. They pass it around, not being able to hit Tony Goings. And here come the Pioneers back trying to tie it. There he is, Kovac hitting the first 2 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, soft touch by Kovac, leading scorer on the team at just over 19 points per game. Also one of their top rebounders, also one of their top assist men. Just a good all-around player.
And he's a junior, so he'll be back next year. Watkins from outside for 3. Duran Watkins.
In fuego.
Already early going, 5-2. Wayne State leads. Merwelli now trying to get a 3 back.
Yeah, he shot that from about 24 feet away and threw it 25 or something like that. But that's a guy last year we saw firing up threes from all over the place, which is great for a guy his height.
Yep. Outside, a traveling call on Goings. Merwelli now to inbound to Kovac. Now Kovac will set it up for the Pioneers. Just under 18 minutes left in this the first half. Burkholder for 3. The center, Jason Burkholder, hits for 3, and it's all tied up at 5 apiece, and now pressure put on.
That's typical of OU. Everybody, if you're going to be on the team at OU, you're going to have 3-point range, it seems. And so even their center is going to be able to do it. And Burkholder apparently is known as the big dog.
Yusuf Harris hits for 3, and the Tartars saying we're in 3-point land out here in Oakland University, and we're going to start hitting some threes ourselves.
Beat OU at their own game.
Yep. Kovac driving the lane. And hitting again, 8-7 now. 1-point game, Tartars up by 1. Driving, good pass in the corner, and hitting for 3.
Wow.
Is Mike Foley.
That's 3 threes for these guys.
The 3 guards in this 3-guard offense all have hit for 3-pointers so far for the Tartars. Nice move underneath.
Kovac
That
again.
time by Kovac.
Well, you can see why he's leading them in scoring. He's got the real soft touch on those finger rolls, getting a good roll.
And a lot of buckets underneath the hoop there for Kovac, the guard, getting underneath.
Good quickness, and he's using the picks that the other players are setting for him.
There's another 3. Wayne State hot from outside.
And who's left that hasn't hit a 3?
Yeah, just Dan Bryant, the sophomore.
Well, it's his turn next. Keep an eye on Bryant next time.
4 of the 5 starters for Wayne State have hit 3 so far, and it's 14-9, a 5-point edge for Wayne State. Kovac now, he wants to hit a 3, and he's on fire.
That's your typical Wayne State game up and down.
9 of the 12 for Oakland for Kovac, the junior.
He's going to have his average by halftime.
Watkins back out to Foley. Foley going inside to the sophomore center, number 35, Bryant, who gets it knocked out of bounds. And there you see number 25, Matt Stuck, and there's Greg Campy. Going back in.
I got a feeling we're not going to see Dan Bryant finish up that 3-point thing because he hasn't even attempted one this year.
Marwelli goes out.
So the 4 guys that do shoot threes have all made one.
Yep. Amrine in there now for the Pioneers. Here's a short jumper. Watkins hits there.
They're 7 for 9 shooting right now.
Tartars are hot, and they always play the Pioneers tough. Here from way outside. Kovac couldn't hit. Good boards underneath, and Burkholder hits for 2.
Yeah, Dan Buza with the rebound, though, and the minute he got the rebound, did something that you see Dennis Rodman do a lot. You get it and then kick it to the trailing teammate who's going to have an open layup because everyone else came to you looking for the rebound.
Both teams hot in the early going, 16-14. Tartars up by 2. Goings for 3. His second bucket and second three-pointer.
And there's nothing OU can do about it. It's not bad defense at all. If the team's going to hit threes on you tonight.
Burkholder almost got it to fall. Rebound taken by Tartars. Back over to Watkins. Watkins now trying to find some room. Good defense by the Pioneers. Stuck got his hand in there and called for the foul.
He doesn't agree with it, but just an aggressive foul. The thing that's really hard for OU right now is that it's not one guy that's doing this. This is the whole team, and a familiar face on the bench.
Ed Wright, former coach at Rochester, and now an assistant coach here at Oakland University. We'll talk a little bit about him a little bit later. Did a great job here.
Yeah, as I was saying, though, you can't guard any one guy, whereas Wayne State right now, they can put a little extra attention on Kovac because he got off to that hot start and make somebody else, get you. And they've got, he's got the players to do it. So at Wayne State, you can't guard any one guy. They're all nailing it.
Watkins better get it in quick, and he didn't.
Called the timeout.
And
they called the
timeout.
A new NCAA rule, there's one, it's like the NBA, you can take a 20-second timeout each half, and this is a 20-second timeout.
So a good call by the Tartars as Watkins had trouble getting it in, called the 20-second timeout. Let's go down to the Pioneers huddle and Greg Campy. Not that much time in that 20-second huddle, but I'm sure he's just telling his team, stay in there, doing a good job. So a 5-point game right now, which really doesn't mean much when you're hitting threes.
No, and again, there's really nothing that either team's doing bad defensively. It's just that both sides, especially Wayne State, are hitting everything.
Watkins open for three. It's off. Burkholder, strong rebound, and here come the Pioneers.
Of course, with that run and gun, you got to keep the substitutions going, keep everybody fresh.
Amrine inside to Booza. Booza gets it knocked away, and here come the Tartars running. From outside, going for two.
Well, that's a quick release. He got the ball.
That's his first two-pointer. He's disappointed.
Yeah, he can back up next time, Tony. Come on. Yeah, these guys, it's just a quick catch and shoot, and the defense can't even come and put a hand in the face with that. Nice block.
Amrine trying to make something happen there, got it blocked, and fortunately the Pioneers get it back for them.
Yeah, Dan Bryant telling him to get out of his office.
Inside, Booza dishes to Stuck, no. Burkholder rebound, underneath, makes some room and puts it down, and he'll go to the line.
And draws one, and I'll tell you, Dan Bryant, real active. Blocked the one shot, changed another, and there forced the reverse layup, and right here you see him force the miss by Stuck. Burkholder with the rebound, and now Burkholder's got to come underneath because Bryant's bothering him, and then the guy who comes from the weak side and commits the foul. That was on number 22, Yusuf Harris.
Good job by Burkholder trying to make some room under there. Went underneath the bucket, came back, and put down the two and got fouled in the process.
He's still got that haircut. Look at that thing. That's the same as last year. No, he doesn't like it when we get on about the hair, but it's cool hair. And
he completes the three-point play. So Burkholder now with 8 points. And it's 21-17. You see the score here in the first half. Three again. Look at this. Tony Goins, and he's got his third three-pointer. He's on fire here, folks.
In fuego.
I'll let you say that. You say it much better than I do. There you see the clock.
I watch a lot more Sports Center.
Yeah. I don't know. I watch better. Kovac for three. It's short. Rebound. Merwelli. Inside, trying to find room, back out. Kovac. That's short again. Ball is loose and finally picked up by Goins. Goins keeps it in. Harris back out. Merwelli hits it.
Good hustle by Merwelli at both ends of the floor. And he took a rest early, and he's back on the floor now. And he's one of the most active players that they've got. And he needs 3 points this game to hit 1,000 on his college career. He's played at 2 schools. Here you'll see trying to keep the rebound alive. Ends up in the Wayne State player's hands, and Merwelli will prevent the easy layup. 5-second call on the inbound.
And there's Merwelli finally getting the tip there at the end, but the Pioneers will get it back.
Yeah, they couldn't get the ball inbounds, so it turns over.
Second time that the Pioneers have given them trouble.
That's right. Yeah, the other time they were able to take their 22nd timeout. This time they just took the turnover. Still, Wayne State with the 7-point lead.
Amrine getting pressured there by Watkins. Look at this, inside, Burkholder for 2.
Great penetration, great pass, draw the double team to you, and kick it to the center for the easy layup.
24-19, Tartars still up by 5. In there, Bobby Parker now. Parker in the paint, hits it up short. And Ron Hammy upset, he wanted a call on that.
And now the Pioneers are boxing out on the rebounds. Of course, early in the game, there were no rebounds to get. Wayne State wasn't missing.
Here's a whistle and a foul. And it's on Bobby Parker. That's the first foul, I think, on Wayne State.
Second
team,
board, yeah.
so we haven't seen too many fouls.
Right,
in there now is Matt McClellan, number 50 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, going back to Mirowelli, he played 1 year at Hillsdale, scored 319 points. The rest of them have come here at OU, but again, 3 points, and he'll be 1,000 for his college career.
Stuck gets his shot blocked. Good effort down there.
Yeah, and that block from Corwin Jones, I believe, coming from the weak side right here.
Yep.
And it was Corwin Jones, the third man in from the weak side after Bobby Parker had passed him by.
From outside, Kovac.
He's gone cold.
Short,
He's gone cold.
3. His last 3 have been short.
It might just be tired legs. He's one guy who hasn't come off the floor yet.
Yep. Goings. It's on a 2.
And they're gonna gotta find someone that can guard him.
Yeah, I say 2 because he's got 3 3-pointers and 2 field goals from the floor. Marwelli driving, and now a foul on number 34, Bobby Parker. Parker, 2 quick fouls in there.
Yeah, Mirowelli, I think, knows right now if he hadn't passed that off and maybe fired it towards the hoop, it might have given him the continuation and got him to the line, but they'll still take the foul and the possession. Right there he got hit. If you go up with a shot, you might sucker a shooting call out of the refs. You never know, because it happens so fast, and this game is such a faster pace than a high school game. Sometimes they just give it to you.
Parker picking up his second, and the second of 3 for Wayne State. So he went in there, caused some trouble, and he's out. Foley gives it up to Goins, and now Goins gives it up inside to Kareem Haley, who's in the game. Outside, and it's good. Wow. Another 3-pointer. This is Yusuf Harris with his second 3-pointer. Look for a high-scoring game tonight, folks. As the Tartars are hitting everything, and they always play the Pioneers tough. Pioneers coming on with a big 7-game streak, and good move. That doesn't matter to Wayne State.
It never does either. You know, a nice move there by Matt McClellan, and he drew the foul on Corwin Jones. Again, Corwin Jones having to help out, and he's done a good job of it, but once you get that pump fake, this time he came back after the fake and got him on the hand. He's going to go to the line. But Corwin Jones has been very active underneath on defense.
There he is, number 41, Corwin Jones. Fine defensive job in there. And Matt McClellan will go to the line for the Pioneers. He hits the first, nothing but net there.
And McClellan, a freshman, 6'7" from Toledo. They get a lot of Toledo guys, and well, I mean, Campy's got some Toledo background in him, so of course he's going to recruit down there.
And McClellan, the big guy, hits them both. That's 29-21. 8-point lead for Wayne State. Haley had a little trouble now, looks for help, tries to go down to Corwin Jones. Jones is double teamed, he needs help, gets it back out to Harris. Harris hits another 3-pointer. 3 3-pointers for Yusuf Harris.
Man, is this thought OU was the big team in 3-pointers made.
Starting to get away from him now, and a foul. Looks like it's an offensive foul on the Pioneers.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear pretty much every coach on the Wayne State bench jumped up when they heard that whistle to make sure that was an offensive foul.
Amrine, but I don't know, Corwin Jones kind of left his feet and made sure he got him.
You know what, you can leave your feet if you go straight up, and that's really what he was doing.
So Amrine called for the foul. Burkholder comes back in. Ron Hammy, you saw him looking on. He's the one who desperately pleaded for that call and got it. McClellan goes out, Stuck goes in. Also in there for the Pioneers now, Mataszewski. There's Mataszewski in there, number 30.
And again, you know, another strong defensive play by Jones, by Corwin Jones.
Foley working up top, double team, good play by Stuck. Now throws it up for grabs. Marawelli comes up with it. Marawelli decides to dish it off, but then the Tartars pick it up.
Wow.
And passed it all the way down the floor. Booza, hustling, knocks it out of bounds to prevent the Tartars from getting an easy layup.
Tony Goins was saving the ball. Did something you're always taught, save it down at the other end, so if the opponent gets it.
Look at that.
This way there's no easy layup for Oakland. If they get it, they have to come all the way back. As it turns out, he almost gets them a layup. They're still going to get to inbound it, keep possession. Now Marawelli gets the foul.
There's a foul on Marawelli for hammering the Tartar number 11 Watkins from behind.
And Marawelli getting 14.5 points a game. I don't think he's even shot the ball.
So Wayne State, they can take it back across half court on the inbound. And they decide to get as much room as they can because the Pioneers have given them so much trouble on those inbound passes.
Let's see who's going to take the three-pointer this time.
Back out, Watkins. He's got one three-pointer. The hot hand is Yusuf Harris lately. Inside, Foley. He had good follow-up by Foley, and he couldn't get that one. Burkholder gets the rebound. Something the Pioneers haven't been doing, getting some of those defensive rebounds.
There haven't been a lot. These guys don't miss.
That's right. That is true. Wayne State has been very hot, and they lead at 32-21 for their biggest lead.
I mean, it's something I'm sure even Campy's thinking on the bench is they're not going to stay this hot the entire game. And eventually, right there, Marawelli gets in, and it's because Burkholder boxed out so well that he could come in and get that rebound. They're going to crash the boards and get some of these.
Marawelli tried to get it inside to Booza, and it was over his head. Look at the Tartars running. They can't hit Booza with the rebound. And he pushes it up court to Kovac. Kovac will slow it down for the Pioneers.
Well, now they're getting aggressive on defense, and they were just getting a little sloppy on offense. That's probably what they're going to talk about is Campy calls for a timeout.
So the Pioneers call timeout. Greg Campy trying to talk things over here. They have come up with a big 7-game winning streak, and the Tartars always there, always trouble. 32-21. Let's go down to Greg Campy.
In the post is they get away, and then they try and jump and steal the pass. So they have to be sharp, quick passes into the post catch, and you have a layup. Defensively, we're doing a better job of doubling, and you got to hedge screens. You can't lose your man. They're making all their shots, but they're getting easy looks. That is not very good. That is not the defense that we've played this year. That's nobody's fault but ours. They should make those shots. Those are horse shots. Offensively, we're not even getting looks. Matt, that was a very poor shot. You're trying to get us back in the game. We don't need somebody to get us back in the game. We need to run good offense. Get the ball in the Burke a couple times, and let's get some easy ones down on the block. All right? Run good offense.
Offensive play, maybe? Something you want to run?
Let's run Hillsdale again. All right, let's run Hillsdale.
Greg Campy trying to get his team organized, Joe. He's right. They're playing a little sloppy out there.
Yeah, it's, the turnovers are hurting them, and they're getting some bad shots because the kids are panicking a little. You're down by 11, but the fact is, the defense, it's not bad defense. Nobody's going to keep hitting this many shots all night at this high of a percentage. They're right now, with Wayne State, 12 of 19, 63%. That doesn't last. So you keep playing hard and get your offense intact. They're only shooting 40%. That's OU's problem.
Yeah, and OU's trying to match them with the three-pointers. I think as soon as they bring it down, they're trying to match them three-pointer for three-pointer, and that's what's hurt them. Kovac driving the lane, gets a nice layup.
What do you say? Get easy shots. Get it inside. There's an easy, for Kovac anyway, an easy shot. Still has that soft touch on the short 12-foot jumpers.
Just under 9 minutes left here in the first half at the Lepley Sports Center. As the Pioneers trail Wayne State, and there's a foul on Burkholder.
And they're going to send...
Took it right to him.
They'll send Kareem Haley to the line. Kareem Haley, a former University of Detroit Titan, and been a history of that at Wayne State, where the guys from UAD, if things aren't working out or they just want to get more playing time or whatever, they tend to transfer to Wayne State. It's just down the street, and if you transfer from Division I down to Division II, you don't have to sit out a year. You're eligible right away.
So very convenient there.
Yeah, Michael Aaron.
Haley couldn't hit that one.
A couple years ago when they won the GLIAC, Michael Aaron, who had been a solid player at UAD, came down there and I think was GLIAC Player of the Year.
Yeah. Haley hits there on the second shot.
And we were talking about the rebounds. Wayne State's only got one offensive rebound. Of course, if you don't miss, you can't get an offensive rebound. But Oakland has been doing a solid job of at least boxing them out, not giving them second shots.
Marawelli trying to drive the baseline, gets fouled there by Haley. Greg Campy looking on.
Check this thing out, man. He's like Deion Sanders, Jerry Jones. He's ready to be at Texas State with that Nike logo.
That's right. What were you saying before? Both, Coach.
Both.
Both.
Last year they said you want to be coach or athletic director, and I think Campy said both. But now he's not both. Now he's just coach.
Stuck. Waits, patient, puts it up, won't go. And here come the Tartars. Chance for the Pioneers to cut it down to 9, and they couldn't do it. Working inside, and Corwin Jones picks up the foul.
And he's getting active on the offensive end now. He's just a strong player, and
The
it's
foul
just
is
hard to
on
guard him.
Stuck. Let's take a look.
Stuck coming from behind.
Yeah.
And
that's who they call it on, and I don't think he got much at all.
oh yeah,
Burkholder lucked out on that one. It's Stuck second foul. He'll go out to talk to the coach.
And what happened again? You know, we mentioned earlier, this is a much faster-paced game than high school. I know that Angelo Gus, and I know at least one of the other two officials I've seen doing some high school games before. Things happen faster. You got to make a decision faster, and you will make the call on the wrong guy at times.
Corwin Jones hits here, so a couple of the big guys for Wayne State getting their free throws, 2 of 3 so far. And Haley 1 of 2, and Jones hits his first.
Jones only a sophomore, so they've got some good young talent on this Tartar team. Look for them to be major contributors over the next couple of years.
Yeah, very young Tartar team, and they're taking it to the Pioneers right now, 35-23. Burkholder steps back and puts it down.
Soft touch. Low post jumper there.
And it's not an easy shot, too, when you're that close to the rim on those baseline shots.
Yeah, and you don't have much backboard to use.
Yeah.
Baseline. Well, somehow he managed to use the backboard off that shot.
Yeah. Working inside, Haley couldn't hit.
Well, here you go. If they're not hitting, again, Oakland is getting the rebounds when they don't hit them. Defensively, I really wouldn't worry too much from the Pioneers. It's like Campy said, get the offense going and get more of those easy shots.
Amrine gets it knocked away, but got it into Burkholder. Back out now. Kovac for 3, puts it down.
That time there's no one with a hand in his face because when they got it to Burkholder, he had just made a turnaround at the other side. They had to collapse down and double team him. That left Kovac the open 3.
Kovac's second 3 of the night, and that pulls him closer, and a good time for the Pioneers to make a run here. But Wayne State working it inside. Look at this, Haley. Kareem Haley with his first field goal puts it down. It's 37-28.
Good jump hook. It's gotta be nice to bring a Division I player off the bench.
Loose ball picked up finally down there by Goins, and here come the Tartars. They want to run it. Look at this. They've got an open man. Haley puts it down.
Yeah, Gamrine is looking for a charge. You think he's probably lucky he didn't get a blocking foul.
Kovac tried to hit, couldn't do it. Booza followed it up for 2, his first 2 points of the game.
A good hustle by Booza, and he's a junior. And it seems every year you look at the OU roster and there's no seniors. This year, there's like 4 of them. That's more than usual, but still a young team.
That first field goal by Booza was the first player other than McClellan to get on the scoreboard than Kovac and Burkholder. Burkholder and Kovac were the only 2 Pioneers carrying the load scoring line.
And I still don't think Marawelli's even taken a shot.
No. Kovac inside, Burkholder, tough shot, puts it up, and a goaltending call on Goins.
That was probably going to go in. Nice jump hook by Burkholder.
Let's take a look, working it inside. Burkholder over Goins, and Goins hit it right there.
Good call, and can't blame him. I think it looked like it was going to go in.
Yeah, it looked like it was coming down.
Yeah, it was probably going in, too.
There you see Goins going out, ready to take a seat. There he is.
He's already down there. And,
yeah, there you saw 12 was Mike Foley going out also.
Goins got to rest that arm, come back and shoot a little more. Now,
7-point game now.
Yeah, 7-point game.
6
It
minutes
could have been
left.
worse.
Yeah. Look at nice spin move. Good defense underneath by the Pioneers.
Good defense forced the turnover. Now you just got to convert it into the offense.
Merwelli, try for 3. No, he had nice rotation on that, but it wouldn't fall for him. He's upset.
And he commits the foul out of frustration.
Dan Bryant, the sophomore for Wayne State, was the recipient of Merwelli's foul. Merwelli goes out.
And they just got to calm him down, get him to relax a little bit. I seem to recall, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before, it was at least one game where where he didn't do much in the first half. You see a slapping foul, and it's one of those things that they have to call that on you.
Yeah, he came back frustrated after missing the 3.
There was a game last year where I think he might have scored 2 points or none in the first half and just went nuts in the second half. So, you know, maybe we'll see that in this game as well.
I think one of those was here, one of the ones we did.
That's
he was
what
just on fire in the second half. Looking at inside, Corwin Jones couldn't hit, and here come the Pioneers again, trailing by 7. Amrine, excuse me, in there. Kovac looking for some movement, has Buza underneath. Triple team, then he finally gets it off to McClellan. Tartar coaches want a 3-second violation, but they get the turnover anyway. Driving quickly coast to coast, couldn't hit. The big sophomore center Dan Bryant does, though, on the follow-up, as Yusef Harris couldn't connect on the layup.
And that's like their first points off of an offensive rebound today. They came off fast break. You know, we don't even have to mention the shot clock that these two teams doing. And there is one, but
yeah, they
you know,
haven't even looked at that thing. There you see the 3-pointers and the percentages so far. 8 of 10 for Wayne State, just incredible.
nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. Inside, Kovac couldn't get it to fall. McClellan tried to tip it in, and nothing there.
And the coaches were hoping for a technical foul and hang on the rim,
but he had to. There were players underneath.
Yeah, exactly. That's for everybody's safety.
Buza, no foul there. He just went running right into Harris.
Can't blame him for trying. Though.
Watkins sees some room baseline and foul on McClellan.
And McClellan's bent over. He looks a little tired. And only a freshman. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a little rest right now.
Let's take a look down at the other end again. The pass from Buza inside Kovac, and there was a little acting there put on.
Yeah.
And they're hanging on the rim because, Watkins was down on the floor, and that's why he couldn't go down.
There's a lot of acting, but there's a lot of officials that would have fell for it.
Yeah.
There's guys in the NBA that fall for it all the time.
Watkins can't hit. Pioneers get the rebound.
And McClellan's going to stay on the floor. See if they can keep his legs for a little longer.
Watkins steal up ahead, and there's a 2. Easy layup for Yusef Harris.
Well, that goes back to what Greg Campy talked about in that last huddle. That's bad offense. It gives them an easy layup. Turning the ball over, they've got to get good shots. The last 3 they hit was because they threw it down low first and threw the defense away from Kovac.
Ball loose, finally taken by McClellan and back out to Matuszewski.
Yeah, it's still just not able to control the ball.
Back outside Kovac, couldn't hit there. Burkholder rebound, turn around, puts it up and in.
Good
Got a nice roll.
Good box out to get the offensive rebound too.
There you see the turnovers.
And the turnovers have been real critical to OU. Wayne State's converted most of those into points, I believe.
Trying to drive there was Sajenko for the Tartars. Nothing there. Here come the Tartars again. They haven't tried too many 3-pointers in a while. They go inside. And hitting that time was Yusef Harris for 2.
They haven't needed to try, and they got that lead back to 11.
Back up to 11. 45-34 the score. Pioneers having trouble against the Tartars. We've seen this in the years past, and they just can't get their number.
Yeah, when Grant Watkins doing a great job of keeping with Kovac, not letting him get the 3-point attempts.
McClellan gets the roll, and it's 45-36 now, back to 9.
Now see if they can come up with a stop. And because Wayne State has, as you said, gone away from the 3-pointers. Now they're packing it inside, and there is something the defense can do about that.
Back out Sajenko now. Over to Watkins. Watkins working on Amrine. For 3, no, off the rim. Here come the Pioneers. Kovac. Yeah. Kovac gives it up. Amrine tries to dribble in. Baseline now, tries to go back out, but he stepped on the line. Kind of wondering how much room he had under there.
Yeah.
And, the referee right there. You see Ron Hammy.
He looked unsure about what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to kick it to McClellan in the key, and the defense collapsed on him, so he was going to kick it back outside.
Greg Curry in, number 44, you saw him there.
I think they wanted to kick it out to Matuszewski after that, and he had to adjust his path to do it and stepped out.
There's the time left here in the first half. Pioneers trailing here at home. They've had a tough time against these Tartars. Baseline shot gets a nice roll. And Duran Watkins gets 2.
And it is sort of a pick your poison. We, in the Open, talked about that with Oakland of having so many weapons. But Wayne State's done what they had to do. They've had several guys help Goins out and really hit shots.
McClellan looking inside, wanted to take the shot. And that double dribble? And a little double dribble is what they called it. Greg Campy upset with the call. And nothing he can do. And you can see the frustration
I
there.
think he's more upset with the fact they keep turning the ball over. You know, if you miss good shots or something, that's one thing. But if you don't even get
Look at
shots
this.
off.
Oh, look at this. Where's the defense? As Dan Bryant came right in.
Yeah, that's a play
Uncontested.
they hadn't run that all night, though.
Amrine guarded closely there by Harris. Booza gives it to McClellan, and now back to Amrine. Working inside, Kovac. Kovac fakes, spins, turns, gets hammered. Yes,
Foul
a foul.
I guess the foul was before the travel.
Yeah, the foul is on Watkins. Watkins was looking for a traveling
Maybe the
call.
foul might have forced the travel. You never know. They get him up in the air, and it should be a 1-and-1.
Let's take a look again. Back on the other side. And nobody
was guarding him. I think Booza was supposed to have him, but easy layup down there.
The Tartars taking advantage that time down the court.
Yeah, correct myself. That was only the 6th foul for Wayne State. OU has 7. Next foul, they'll be shooting.
Here's the score, 49-36 from outside Kovac, and it hits the top of the backboard and goes out. So a break for the Tartars now, that time down the court. 45 and counting now, seconds left here in the first.
And I bet you that guy right there can't wait to get these guys in the locker room. And,
oh, yeah.
You know, again, you can't control the fact that your opponent's on fire offensively, but your offense still has to play its own game, and they haven't.
Goins now trying to just kill some time until they get it down to the last shot stage. He's going to take a little earlier, though. Look at this. They're looking for another one. Couldn't get it. Strong defense put up by the Pioneers. They have a chance to get a shot up, but they're taking their time down court. Kovac now looks at the clock at 5, and the ball is loose, 2. They probably won't get it off. They get it off, and it won't go. Kovac looking back at the ref, and also Campy looking for a foul call. They didn't get it. And there's Greg Campy going off here at halftime with a score 49-36. And I'll tell you, when you come in here with an 11-2 record, 5-1 in the GLIAC, you expect a little bit more than what your team has right now, 36 points.
Yeah, but you know, it's also you'd think that after so many years of seeing the OU Wayne State game, by now they've got to know this is what happens. It doesn't matter. And when Wayne State has the higher ranking, Oakland gives them a tough game. It's just one of those things. You've got to be up for this game.
Well, this proves it. What a great rivalry this is. Throw the records out the door when these two teams meet. 49-36, Tartars up, and we'll be back with some halftime stats for you right after these messages. Stay tuned.
If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
What TCI is looking to do is we're looking to be a full-service provider, a one-stop shopping place, if you will. We're looking to provide all the services that anyone wants to consume in the area of communications, whether that's cable television, whether that's telephone, whether that's data, online services. Our goal is to be able to provide all those through one avenue, and that avenue being TCI.
It's the way you inspire. It's the way you grow. It's the way you read. It's the way you play. It's the way you work. It's the way you discover. TCI. It's the way you learn. It's the way you learn.
Halftime here at the Lepley Sports Center. The Wayne State Tartars up 49-36 over the home team Pioneers. And let's take a look at some of that first half action. The Wayne State Tartars really doing a number on the Pioneers here. The block by the center, Bryant, and picking it up quickly was Yusef Harris to take it down the court coast to coast.
Yeah, and the sloppy play on the Oakland offense led to a lot of this. And there's the offensive rebound, one of the few putbacks that Wayne State was able to get.
Bryant came all the way back to help out. He's the one who knocked it away. Then the three back outside
well,
to number 12, Mike Foley, for his only 3 points. But the three has been so big for the Tartars in that first half. Now the Pioneers taking their outside shot. It's not working for them, but this is the inside work and good defense. On the boards, I should say, good rebounding.
8 offensive rebounds for the Pioneers. That's been huge.
Helped. And then their leading scorer, Burkholder, getting this inside with 16 points for Burkholder, pacing the Pioneers. Kovac has 14. And let's take a look at the statistics before we start the second half. Joe, unbelievable field goal percentage shooting for the Tartars.
Yeah, and from three-point range, even better, 8 for 11. And nothing you can do about that. You know, Oakland's 3 of 13. This is a team that usually, it's one of the top teams in the country at three-point shooting. Turnovers have just killed Oakland, twice as many of them, and Wayne's had the tendency to turn them into points. You know, it's no big deal if you commit the turnover and they don't score off it, but that's been killing them all night. And rebounds, Oakland's done a real good job. 8 offensive rebounds to Wayne State's 2, and overall that's been the thing that's kept them in the game.
Yeah, here are your point leaders. Goins with 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field. Yusef Harris, 13 points as well. Duran Watkins with 9, and those 9 are coming from one three-pointer on his part. A lot of three-pointers there. Oakland doing a good job, too. Two
of them are,
actually.
Yeah. There's only one other guy that's scored for them, and he's not on here, and that's Dan Booza with 2 points.
Yep, so the 2 people that Oakland counted on, Kovac and Burkholder, but you're not seeing anything from Merawelli or Booza.
Yeah, Merawelli's only taken two attempts, and there Wayne State, if you're Oakland, you got to think this team is not going to keep shooting 73% from three-point range. It just doesn't happen. And you also don't think Oakland's going to stay as low as they are.
Yeah. Tartars come out with it. They go up and a jump ball as the Pioneers.
Yeah, Burkholder tied him up, and as you know, the possession arrow going the other way. No jump balls in college hoops. Good defensive play by Burkholder.
And now Kevin Kovac to bring it up for the Pioneers. They set up inside to Burkholder, something they wanted to do, and they do it here. Burkholder starts the scoring here in the second half with 2.
Yeah, he got good position on Bryant. Nothing he could do about that.
Pioneers trying to press, and the Tartars break it. Yusef Harris to set it up.
Now they
started by Merawelli.
Got tall Merawelli out there. Maybe going to get in the face of some of these three-point shooters.
Now Pioneers working on a zone now. Underneath. And finding Yusef Harris for 2, and the Tartars come right back with 2 of their own now.
But, you know, the OU defense, they actually made him get the shot clock under 10 that time.
There you see the turnovers. Pioneers up at 10. Kovac back out. Merawelli now driving, had some room in the lane and lost the ball. Back out to Kovac.
And Merawelli still just doesn't look like he's in sync offensively. And now Oakland's got the shot clock under 10. Well, the run and gun stuff stopped for a while here, didn't it?
Sure did. Pioneers.
And they got a foul going for the rebound.
Here comes Wayne State.
Foul on Booza going after that rebound, too.
Hammy looking on, his team up 51-38. Here in the early going in the second half. Outside, not there for number 12, Mike Foley.
Well, again, you've got to think they're not going to keep shooting at the torrid pace they did in the first half.
From outside, Kovac trying to hit a three. Stuck trying to get the rebound and a foul. And a foul going against the Tartars.
Yeah,
so a break for the Pioneers there. And it's a foul on Goings.
It's a good call, but it's one of those unfortunate calls that he's going for the ball and he happens to get tied up with him. Kovac hasn't had the outside range since about the first 2 minutes of the first half. And there, Stuck was able to get the ball and Goings got in his way. You have to call that foul.
And that's his first. So a guy that can afford to give up a foul does that time.
Oh, here you go.
Underneath, Merriwelli, wide open, and he gets hammered.
Great look by Kovac. He had the open three, saw Merriwelli get away from his man, got him the open pass, and a smart foul. Really on number, I believe it was on Yusuf Harris, number 22.
Yeah.
Smart foul, make him earn it at the line. But, Kovac, most of his points lately have been coming inside. This time finds Merriwelli, and this is his first trip to the free throw line. He's trying to get in the scorebook for the first time.
Yep.
And he still needs 3 points to get 1,000 on his career.
Not coming easy tonight.
he still needs him.
Tom Merriwelli saluting him right now. There's his stats you can see on the season.
Well, he's finally in the scorebook.
Gets the first one.
And at least in the rebound department, he's right about where he should be. Had 3 at halftime, which is right on track. But they've got to get him more involved in the offense.
Here's the score, and there's the clock. Tartars from outside, three-point range, nothing there. Merriwelli with the rebound. Pioneers pushing it up quickly.
There you go.
Merriwelli for three. No. Rebound. Strong by Bryant.
But I don't think Greg Campy minds that. You've got to get him going. You've got to get him in the flow.
Good job by Watkins getting open for the shot. Couldn't do it. Burkholder, a strong rebound.
Yeah, he and Merriwelli collapsed on Bryant, and there's no way he was getting that rebound.
Kovac trying to make something happen down the baseline. Nothing there. Back out, Stuck wide open, and he hits.
Wide open because Goings fell down, and Stuck had no intention of shooting that. He was going to drive and dish it.
And that's his first field goal.
Yeah, he saw him fall down and realized, hey, I got to take this shot.
Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like Booza hit it, and the Tartars will get it back. Coming in for the Pioneers, McClellan, as Coach Greg Campy makes a change, and Merriwelli goes out. Tartars make some changes now. As Bryant heads out, we've got Corwin Jones going back in.
Yeah, well, Bryant's been getting eaten up inside the last couple of trips down the floor, not been able to get any rebounds, and Burkholder took him to the hole offensively. Corwin Jones, much stronger player, probably there to offset that.
Back out up top. Watkins trying to make something happen in the paint. Nothing there. Strong rebound by the Pioneers. You can see the size of the Pioneers.
Getting great position on those rebounds.
Underneath, Burkholder for two.
Good look by
And a
Booza.
timeout called now by the Tartars.
Smart timeout, too, because, you don't want to wait too long and get yourself, where you've got this comfortable lead. You don't want to give that up, and Oakland's got to just keep doing what they're doing right now. They're boxing out on defense, and it's turning into fast break buckets.
16:26 left in the second half. Let's go down to Greg Campy's huddle.
Very active in the zone. You're very large. You're rebounding the misses, and that's the first thing we're doing. The second thing we're doing is we're going to Burke inside. And Jason, you got to go to the hole. You can't settle for an 8-footer. All right? Rebound hard the offensive end too, Matty, because they're going to double Burke and you're going to be alone. Stuck way to rebound. Keep it up. Defensively is what's going to do it. We've got to get stops. We've got to get rebounds. You must be active. You must be big, and you must run. Get your hands up at all times and cover the court. Offensively, it's a little bit too much dribble one-on-one. We got to spread the floor and cut. Spread the floor and cut. I don't know who they're going to put on Booza, but I got to believe it's going to be a little guy. And I got to believe we can go to the offensive boards.
Got to keep checking out, fellas. Keep checking out.
Greg Campy making his statements here. As we start there, you see Ed Wright. Ed Wright brought on as an assistant. Greg Campy got a hold of him during the summer and said, I need you, Ed. Can you help me out? He's been a coach here and former Rochester head coach. Still doing some coaching over there at Rochester High School. Good to see him again, as we've done many games through the years at Rochester High School.
An interesting thing Campy said there about if he thinks they're going to put a little guy on Booza. Booza is 6'6". I'm sure he'll try to take advantage of that.
Tartars get their own rebound. Here's Haley. Haley gets it down.
And that's only Wayne State's second field goal of the half, as you just saw on the board there. And Oakland's done a good job. And rebounding as well. Oakland's out-rebounded them this half 5-2.
It's a 10-point game, 43-53. McClellan couldn't get the layup. Tartars come up with it, and surprised there are no fouls, and there's a foul.
That's a good call. That's a very good call. He got away with the one elbow into McClellan, but you can't push with the other hand, too.
Watkins swinging at Stuck, and let's take a look here.
Let's take a look.
Here's the miss, and the ball is loose. Watkins
now watch
comes
this.
up.
First of all, he's going to elbow McClellan. They'll let you get away with that one, but right here he's going to forearm with the left, and that you've got to call. When he put the forearm off the ball into the guy's chest, it's just too obvious.
Burkholder having trouble, goes inside to Booza. Booza on the baseline, back out to Burkholder. Burkholder now sees some room in the paint. Nice move, nice touch.
What was it Campy said in that timeout about Burkholder? You got to take it to the hole. Don't settle for those jump shots, and that's what he did. He took them right into the key.
Had enough room to put it up and in. And the Pioneers have cut it down now to 8. And here's a foul on Kovac.
Good call, and probably trying to pressure Watkins right now because he did just commit that offensive foul, so keep going at him. Maybe you can get him to do it again, but instead Kovac commits only his first foul.
Here's Burkholder trying to find room and does. Nice leans move into the paint and puts it down. Makes it an 8-point lead, and the Pioneers have not seen that for a while. They've cut it down to 8. Tartars had some room. They could have gone, could have seen Watkins drive, but he chose not to.
Yeah, but Oakland's got a, must be something they've seen. That zone defense of theirs, they must know how it's going to collapse on them.
Yeah, right on it. Here's Goins, back out for 3. Watkins couldn't hit.
Booza with the rebound. Remember, Campy said to him, get those rebounds if they're going to have the little guy on you. And defensively, they just don't match up size-wise because of this.
Yep, Kovac trying to make something happen. Back out to Stuck, and now he'll go inside. Burkholder trying to make it happen. Twisting, turning, finally takes a shot, and Corwin Jones comes down with it.
And I'll tell you, though, on offense, for Wayne State's defense, they got Kareem Haley at 6'6" on Booza, so they don't have a little guy guarding him.
For 3, Yusuf Harris couldn't hit, and the Tartars are cold now from outside. Haley, baseline, can't get the roll. Rebound by Stuck. In the corner, McClellan working inside. Booza trying to go up strong, gets the foul, and won't get it to go down, though.
Yeah, he took Kareem Haley to the hole, got the foul, and almost got the shot to go. And you notice Tom Morelli, once again, is not on the floor. See Booza with the pump fake, takes him underneath, and really nothing you can do but foul him there.
McClellan goes out for the Pioneers, and Amrine comes in.
And Marawelli's still on the bench with just that 1 point and just hasn't gotten into the flow, and they've got to be hoping if they can keep this closer, get it a little closer right here, if they can get him in, finally get him going.
You saw Kareem Haley with his second foul, and it's Booza at the line, and he hits.
Yeah, I mean, he is a scorer, and there's a T-shirt that says it best. I think, you know, when you're on, shoot. When you're off, shoot till you're on. That's what they got to have him do.
And here Booza gets them both, and it's 47-53 now. Tartars up with 13:50 left in this contest.
This is as close as it's been in a long time.
Yeah. Good ball handling there by Yusuf Harris.
And Watkins thought about the 3, and instead they go underneath.
Inside, Haley gets it and gets the foul.
Good ball movement by the Tartars. They kept drawing the defense away, and that's just perfect execution on the offensive end.
Greg Campy upset, and here's Kareem Haley with his 9th point.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Coach being upset, but really there's not much he can do about that. Everybody on Oakland did their job. They all helped out where they were supposed to. Wayne State executed it perfectly. And Booza committed his second foul, and it's going to give him the opportunity for the 3-point play. That's probably the one thing that he's not happy about is the foul.
Haley, nothing but net.
And Wayne State's been very effective offensively this half at the inside game, whereas the first half was all perimeter.
Kovac gets it back out. Burkholder now Stuck to Kovac in the corner, all the way across court to Amrine, and he hits for 3.
Good cross-court pass, and Kovac doesn't seem to want to take that outside shot. He hasn't hit it in a while, and he's doing a good job of keeping it moving. And another thing can't be talked about in that timeout, the spacing. They're spreading it out and keeping the defense from being able to double team.
Amrine with his first field goal hits a 3, and it's a 6-point game now.
And on the other end, Matt Stuck commits his 3rd foul. That's just
forcing him out there.
Yeah, that's just one of those good defensive calls, and the ref doesn't want to call it till he steps on the sideline, and then you have to because you can't call it an out-of-bounds play.
Turnaround, Corwin Jones can't get it to fall. Burkholder comes down with it. Here come the Pioneers. Kovac sees something, but then pulls up. Amrine back
They got
out.
Kovac open right now.
Yeah.
And now Wayne State recognizes it.
Stuck, tough shot, baseline. It was deflected, and a whistle.
Should be
down
Oakland's
there.
ball.
Yeah.
Blocked shot. It last touched a Wayne State player before it went out of bounds.
Let's take a look. Stuck now. He's double
I think
teamed
it's going
there.
to blocks it.
Yeah.
So remember, it last touched the Wayne State player before it went out of bounds, and it did not hit the side of the backboard. It hit one of the support bars.
Underneath, wide open, Booza. He can't hit it.
Got to convert that. Gotta go
And the Tartars come up with a big break for them. Gonna cut it down to 4.
Booza's 6'6". He's got to go up strong. He should be right at the hole with that thing, not thrown up 4 feet away from the layup.
You see the 3-point shots in this half. And the Wayne State Tartars haven't been able to hit. Yeah.
They only tried 2 of them. Nobody's going to say it's become an inside game.
Haley didn't like what he saw there. Back out is Goins. He'll take it with a man on him.
Great rebound.
Underneath, couldn't fall, and there's the
Shot
buzzer.
clock. Shot clock. Did not hit the rim. Did not hit the rim.
So a big break for the Pioneers. Now a chance to cut it to 4 again. Let's take a look.
First shot clock violation we've had to even think about, and there's no rim on that. And this backboard does not help.
Nope.
Got to hit the rim.
And a buzzer had already gone off at that point. Amrine now looking to see what he can set up for the Pioneers.
Wayne State, 2 out of 14 field goals in the second half.
They're stuck. Gives it up to Burkholder in the corner. Pioneers doing a good job of working the ball. There's in this half, no foul call there.
The
players are going up for it. Burkholder's open, and he is fouled.
Boy, both teams are taking that shot clock down. Look where it was, 1 second when he got fouled. You know, we went the whole first half with this run and gun. We didn't have to think about it. Now every possession it's getting close.
Yeah, both teams milking the clock now. Substitutions coming in. Here's the replay inside. And there's that foul that we thought happened, but then they go back inside.
That's a good hustle play, though, and it's up top, so you don't call it. And here's where the shot clock's running down, and they're able to get Burkholder to the line anyway. Now Marawelli's coming back in the game. See if he can get his offense going.
Stuck goes out, and Marawelli goes back in, and Burkholder goes to the line.
You know, you got to think these teams, both teams have tired legs because they're not taking the outside shots, and a lot of times when you are tired, you can't get the lift for your shot. And again, we're seeing the shot clock go down. Take a little more time on offense, and a lot of that might be credit to the defense as well.
And it's helped the Pioneers to take their time and set things up as they cut it down to 4. 56-52 now, the closest score we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, they were down, 13 at one point?
Yep, 13. And now they've worked their way back and put some pressure on. They almost come up with a steal, and they do. And the steal comes right back. Look at this. Yusuf Harris wants to go coast to coast. Back out for the 3. And it's good. Mike Foley with his second three-pointer and only his second field goal of the game.
And again, it's converting the turnovers into points, and Oakland's not doing it, and Wayne State is, and that's keeping Wayne State in the lead.
Kovac goes up, and it looked like a clean foul is the call, but it looked like a clean block.
Yeah, I hope we can get a replay of that. See, maybe he got him on the body, but he sure didn't get him on the hand.
Everybody on the Wayne State side.
Well, let's see if I don't know if we're going to see it from this angle. Tony.
Upset. That's tough to tell.
Well, you know what?
They
didn't call it on who I thought they called it on. I don't think. Did they? Yeah, they did. All right, they switched it on the scoreboard. They did call it on Corwin Jones. I thought maybe they were going to call it on Kareem Haley from the weak side. Corwin Jones' second foul. I mean, he got a little body, but take it. You know, if you're Oakland, you take it. Hey.
There's Kovac with 14. He hasn't hit anything here in the second half yet. 10:59 left.
You know, he's one of those guys, he hasn't tried anything either. You know, you got it. Yeah, this guy, you got Mirowelli, they've got to shoot the ball. You know, that's their job.
There you see his average.
And he's not quite at that 19 points yet. Oh, he should be by the end of the game. He's, you know, somebody's got to be the go-to guy, and if you've been that all year, you're coming off a couple of great games in this past week. You got to keep it going.
See a 6-point game, scramble for the ball. Burkholder comes up with it. Another break for the Pioneers, another turnover for Wayne State.
Good
underneath, Booza, and knocked away by Corwin Jones, and it's going off the Pioneers.
Good call, too. That's just good hustle by Corwin Jones, and turnovers in the second half have gone the other way. Wayne State was 6 of them. And then Oakland right here would be their first. But again, it's a matter of, which I don't think is right. I think it's got to be their second right now.
That was their
because Wayne State just converted one into a 3.
There, take a look. There it is. The second turnover there by the Pioneers. And the Pioneers doing a good job defensively, but a foul call. Boy, I'll tell you, they were working it underneath. He had no shot whatsoever.
Yeah, Burkholder got the foul, and it's just become a very physical game. And neither coach is real happy with the officiating right now.
Take a look. Corwin Jones is underneath the basket. He cannot get a good shot off. Look at it. He's stopped by the backboard. And then...
might be a makeup, you know.
Yeah. Burkholder can't believe that foul.
They called one on Corwin Jones that was shaky. This one's shaky, and only Burkholder's second.
He sits down with 24 points now. Burkholder does. And who's going to pick up the scoring now for the Pioneers with him out? Here, Corwin Jones can't hit from the line. He had 2 for 2 before that.
He can't be. I tell Mirowelli and Kovac, you know, get hot somehow or another. Get it going.
Corwin Jones can't hit the second. Let's take a look here. After that first shot, he missed. Oh, no. Got to make those. Now underneath, Mirowelli. He can't hit. He's ice cold.
He doesn't even look confident, though. He's fading away on that stuff. He usually takes that to the hole, or at least goes straight up. He's falling backwards.
6-point advantage. There you see it for Wayne State. Harris back out. Harris has it again. In the corner, Foley for 3.
Every time it gets close, somebody on this team hits a huge 3.
Foley's third field goal, and it's another 3-pointer. All 3 have been that way. Kovac to set it up. Kovac spinning and trying to get it down. Won't go.
Yeah, but still, he got aggressive. He took it to the hole. He made the Tartars play defense, and he forced the foul. Almost got the 3-point play out of it. As it is, he's going to the line, and he got Mike Foley's foul.
Let's take a look back on the other end. As you saw the Tartars trying to make something happen here.
And
the 3 does happen for Foley, his third 3-pointer. And his third shot from the floor.
That's only his first foul to put Kovac at the line. That's a lot of heart to hit that 3. That's twice he's done that when it's gotten close.
All 3 that have gone for Foley have been for 3 points. Kovac hits.
Still, Pioneers are keeping it in the game, but they're under the 10-minute mark now, and they've got to come up with a couple of defensive stops. And again, we're stating it, I don't know how many times, but they've got to get Mirowelli involved. If he's not going to hit, then at least get him involved as maybe a post passer or something like that. But he's not a part of the offense right now.
7-point lead for the Tartars. They're taking their time, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Back out, Goins, who's been quiet, nothing there. Rebound taken by Kovac.
Well, I think came right to him. He wasn't going to let anybody get in his way.
Kovac trying to make it happen. Baseline over the basket, nothing there for the Pioneers. Here come the Tartars, pushing it up court, 3-on-2. And putting it down is Bobby Parker.
Goins is injured, and the refs took an official timeout. He's limping around. I don't know if he's limping, but it looks like he's blinking his eyes. Well, I don't know if he got poked in the eye or if he turned an ankle. He told the refs he's fine, though. He doesn't want to come out. That would have helped, though, you.
Yeah, getting him out of the game. He's been quiet, though, in the second half. Mirowelli inside. No, nothing.
There you go. At least he's involved again. And Burkholder, he had great position and just wasn't able to get the shot to go.
Starters working the clock. Taking their time inside. Look at this. Corwin Jones and a foul underneath.
Good foul, though. He prevented the two. Matt stuck with the foul. Make him earn it at the line. And Corwin Jones, the last time at the line, missed them both. So you got to figure your chances are pretty good. Great pass by Foley. Draw Burkholder to you. Stuck's got to come and help out weak side and commit the foul. The only bad thing is it's his fourth.
You see Ron Hammy looking on. 8:21 left here in this one. Stuck goes out with his third.
According to the scoreboard, it's his fourth.
So official score calls it 4 on the board. Stuck will take the 3.
Well, whatever it is, he's not getting the next one for a while because he's sitting down.
Corwin Jones makes this one. As he was empty-handed last time at the free throw line with 0 for 2 there. He's hit 3 out of 5, and now makes it 4 out of 6. 66-55, back to an 11-point lead for Wayne State. Inside, Burkholder got it back. That was play by Jones. Try to tip it away. Kovac now trying to set it up for the Pioneers. Amrine now looking for Burkholder, and he can't get position. Kovac, this time to Burkholder, and he gets a foul call on Corwin Jones.
That's aggressive D, though, and I think Coach would tell me he didn't need to make that play because it was away from the basket, but it's a hustle play. It was his third foul, though.
Third foul, Burkholder going to the line. Let's take a look. Corwin Jones reaches in and gets him on the hand.
Yeah, it's one thing in OU's favor is that they're already in the bonus situation. That's the 8th foul, but the next foul Oakland commits will put Wayne State at the line shooting the 1-and-1.
Burkholder trying to cut it down to 9. He's one step closer. They're cutting it to 9 right now. That's exactly what I meant, trying to cut it to 9 with this trip down the court. There's the score. 9-point lead for the Tartars. In the corner. Goins tries to get it away, and he does. To Foley. Foley in the paint underneath. And he's got Corwin Jones, and he couldn't hit.
That's the third time.
They've been doing the same thing down there, and he's been open.
He's just doing a great job of recognizing the open man.
Burkholder against 2. Nice ball. Puts it down.
Yeah, the Wayne State coach was calling for a travel. He didn't. He kept the same pivot foot the whole time. Great move. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see it again, but there's no way he traveled on that.
7:10 left in this one. You see the clock ticking down for 3. Nothing there. Wayne State is bowled from outside, and they get the travel call.
Yeah, Bobby Parker got the rebound, and he realized he had a clear lane to the hoop and forgot to dribble. Shuffled his feet going to the hole. And now Corwin Jones is going to sit down, and they're going to bring Dan Bryant back in. Take a look at this, though, when Parker gets the rebound. Sees the open lane and just shuffles.
Yeah, a little too many steps there without a dribble.
Not even Michael Jordan would get away with that.
Yeah.
Wayne State still with this lead, only despite shooting 5 of 21 in the second half. Of course, Oakland not much better at 6 of 15.
Amrine driving, couldn't hit there, and the Tartars come up with the rebound. It's Bryant, the sophomore. And here come the Tartars. Back out, Goins. Yusef Harris. Harris now in the paint, tries to do it himself, and Burkholder blocked it.
Got a little body on him, but great block.
Burkholder with a big block. Take a look, Joe.
Look at Burkholder come from the help side.
Oh,
and,
that's clean.
Take that thing out, and yeah, got maybe a little bit of his hip on his body. There's no way you could call a foul on it, though. And Booza back in the game now.
Back out, Mike Foley. Foley's hit 3. Bryant back out, and it's Foley again.
It's 3 times that when the lead's been less than 10, Foley's hit a huge 3.
Foley, the big guy scoring for Wayne State in this half. He's hit 3 3-pointers.
And they all come at real crucial times.
So he's the one to go to for 3-pointers. No one else can hit him. Burkholder, strong for 2.
Nobody can guard him in the post right now. Now you just get some defensive stops, forget the outside stuff, go to Burkholder in the post until they prove they can stop him.
8-point game here, just under 6 minutes. And a foul whistle.
Should be on Goins on the screen. He nailed Amrine.
Let's take a look. Yeah. It is on Tony Goins, the freshman.
And well, now they're going to sit Bobby Parker and bring Kareem Haley back in. And now they're going to sit
Watkins
Goins.
goes back in. Goins comes out. So a break for the Pioneers to see that guy going out. Although Goins has not scored in this second half, he is a good decoy out there. When you have him out there, you got to guard him. So that helps out the defense of the Pioneers.
This is big for OU if he can make the first one and get 2 points out of this.
Amrine with 3 points and a
Not going to matter.
Not going to count. Violation is on Booza.
Well, that's what it is. 2 guys went in. Booza went in and Bryant, guy from each team. A double lane violation was a jump ball situation, so the possession arrow going to Wayne State. That really hurts, and Booza's hearing about it from Campy. That is something you can't tolerate. That's a mental mistake that you cannot have.
Especially when going to the line for some free shots.
Free shots without the clock moving. You got to score when the clock's dead now when you're losing.
AC turnovers almost even, 13-11.
Yeah, but OU's, man, they seem to come at crucial times.
Yeah. Look at this, another one. Mike Foley, his 5th three-pointer of the night, his 4th of the second half, and he has kept the Tartars up in front. Amrine driving and a whistle, and it counts.
Great play by Amrine. And he got a little foul. I think they're going to call that on Bryant. They do.
Here he
Great
comes.
Quickness to get past Watkins, and a good call. And I think maybe they're questioning if that's a shooting foul or not. Did he get fouled before the shot, but he was on his way up. I don't know what the real NCAA rules are. I know in the NBA, of course the NBA's got its own little, lives in its own world, but that's a good call, I think, if you're going to the hole. And this guy, 4 out of 5 three-point shooting in the second half. And again, they just all are coming at clutch times.
Mike Foley, the sophomore, has a total of 5 three-pointers, and again, 4 of them coming here in the second half. And he's been pretty much their entire offense for the Tartars here in the second half. Amrine completes the three-point play.
Yeah, of course, when you got a guy hitting like Foley, you don't need much else.
Coming up on 5 minutes left here in this one. 72-64 the score.
Yeah, you got to think if they don't come up with a defensive stop here, Campy's going to call a timeout real soon because the defense has to come up big now.
Foley back out to Harris. Inside, wide open, and they've left Bryant open a couple of times.
Yep.
That time hurt.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where he's not, I don't think he's the go-to guy by any means, but they recognize when he's open.
Burkholder going up and getting fouled. Foley is hurt on the sideline underneath.
He's shaking up a little bit. All right.
I don't know. He wasn't getting up easily. Let's take a look. Burkholder and Foley's the one who comes flying in there and gets sandwiched between Burkholder and Bryant. And at the line, Burkholder. Burkholder, 5 of 5 from the line tonight.
I mean, you've got to make these now. Down to a 9-point lead as it is, for just under 5 minutes left. The defense has to come up big now.
Burkholder couldn't hit that time. Look at this. Will it count? Yes.
Wow. Big play. Big. And there they're finally forcing the turnover, converting it. Now basically a 4-point trip. And that's Matt Stuck, senior, coming up big in the clutch, and you need guys like this. Here's Burkholder missing that free throw. Haley with the rebound. Stuck takes it right out of his hands.
He gets fouled, puts it down, and puts down the free throw. And a big, big break down the court that time for the Pioneers.
Now you've got to have the defense come up big.
74-68 to score. Tartars for 3. And it's good. This time picking it up is Watkins with his second three-pointer.
This team's got a lot of heart. I mean, it's just every time.
Burkholder cross court. Kovac for 3. Way off. Marawelli hits.
Great play by Burkholder, though.
Just
he
to
couldn't
knock
get the
it to
rebound
him.
and tapped it to him. And for what it's worth, Marawelli just hit the 1,000-point mark in his career.
Yep.
I don't think he really cares right now.
No. turnover for the Tartars. Just a simple pass from Foley to Watkins, and he couldn't handle it.
Simple pass, but Watkins was cutting. He was cutting, and the pass came to him, and he had to come back, and it was a little behind him. Now they got to convert it. Let's see if they can convert this into points. And watch Burkholder come from your left side right there and slap it to Marawelli. Great play by the Pioneers.
First bucket for Marawelli from the floor, and it's a big one. It's cutting it down to 7. They can cut it to 5 here. There are the turnovers. 8-2. Wayne State really falling apart here in this half.
Well, as we
now
say,
the Pioneers with another big turnover. Like you said, when they can really do something, they come up with that turnover.
You got to convert it. You got to, Wayne State just committed one. You got to convert this way. Instead, Wayne State makes the big defensive play, slapping it out of his hands.
Yep. So the Tartars very much in control still, up by 7, but it's dwindling down. And here are the Pioneers again. Here comes Kovac. 1-on-2. Couldn't get it to fall, but he gets a foul.
Draws the foul, and Kareem Haley came back, and he had to foul him. Kovac, I don't think if it wasn't this late in the game and they weren't behind, he probably would have held it up and gotten the offense going, but they've got to score in a hurry. And here he's able to get the shot off, get the foul, 2 shots, and on the other side, their defense did a good job. They got that guy right there, Haley, just fouled out. He got the ball in the post and had to hit a turnaround jumper in the lane with Burkholder on him, and he hasn't hit a whole lot of shots all day. I'm sure Oakland would be glad to keep him in the game and keep him shooting. And most of his shots have been easy layups.
Yep. So with Haley going out, Goins goes back in. Goins now.
Yeah, you don't want Goins back in
there. Kovac hits. Kovac 4 of 5 from the line.
Still is only
all of them coming here in the second half.
6-point game. Again, just keep hitting these free throws and now come up with a big defensive play. They're going to call timeout now, I'm sure, and set up their defense and talk about who to foul, too, because from now on, Wayne's going to be at the line. If it comes to that, they're going to have to know.
Ron Hammy getting his team together here. 77-72 the score with 3:08 left. And Greg Campy trying to get this team right back in the lead. And let's go down to Greg Campy's huddle.
Just move. You don't even need to set screens. They're switching everything. Just make hard cuts. Now, defensively, we got to get stops. No gambling, no traps, no anything. Just play good, sound man-to-man defense and get stops. If Harris drives that lane, I don't want you leaving those post players. You stay with those post players. Make him make a tough shot.
I'm going no help on 12.
All right, that's fine. You got to rebound their misses now. Rebound their misses. Run good offense every possession. But if the good offense starts with a quick pass and then 5 guys cutting, let's go shell to Burke. Let's go shell to Burke. Get Burke on the
5 rebounders. This isn't the time to streak out.
Right.
5 rebounders.
Right.
Hey, we're in good shape. Remember what we said? 3 minutes to go now. We got to know what we have to do.
Let's go right now.
Next week, don't forget to tune in. It'll be high school basketball action again as the Berkeley Bears take on the Clarkston Wolves. And that is the Fife team there.
Yeah, and last week we saw a tremendous sophomore in Jamel Gooding. We're going to see another big-time sophomore in Dane Fife, probably the best of the 3 Fife brothers that have played there.
That's what they're saying. Free throws here in the second half. Oakland University 15 of 18. That's helped them get back.
And you heard what he said, don't double in the post when the guard drives. Make him make a crazy shot instead of passing it to the big man for the layup.
5-point game, 77-72. Marawelli almost knocked that one away.
They got the shot clock down to 10 right now.
Yep. Coming down 5 seconds, and they got a foul on Marawelli, so that helped the Tartars out a lot.
It helped
them. They got it down to 5 seconds, and they didn't have much of a shot.
At least they have to earn it at the line. All the previous times, it would have been Stuck or Burkholder coming off and helping. It probably would have been Stuck coming from your right, and then he'd have just dished off to another man for an easy layup. Instead, take him, and maybe you might get lucky and get the block. Instead, make him earn it at the line anyway. It was already a good foul.
Rand Watkins couldn't hit. And he knows how big that is.
He's hit big threes, but, sometimes those are easier than the free throws.
Hammy looking on. Every point a big one in that one helps. Rand Watkins hitting there, 78-72.
OU hasn't been hitting their threes, but if anybody feels hot, it's a 2-possession game if they can do it. I think, you got Burkholder trying to post up. They can get it to him right now.
Kovac looking to get it to Burkholder, can't do it.
Yeah, Bryant doing a good job on defense. Now they get it to him.
Oh, there it is. There's the
and the foul. They didn't call it.
Tip.
Merriwelli. What a play. What a play. You got credit, you know, he's come up big in the last 4 minutes of this game.
4-point game down to 2 minutes left on the clock.
Did a couple of big layups. Great hustle there, too. Wayne State's going to call a timeout, and they're giving a signal, a 20-second timeout, but I don't know which kind of 20-second timeout.
So this is their 20-second timeout of this half that they're using now. 1:51 left on the clock. It's a 4-point game. 74-78, the Pioneers trail the Tartars. Let's take a look down on the other end when the Pioneers got this one from Merriwelli.
Yeah, Burkholder getting good position on Bryant. Good move there, probably drew a foul, but they didn't call it. And now Merriwelli comes here, one tip, no good there, and then he tips it again. And anybody who was thinking maybe that's a travel, it's not. In the NBA, that's a travel. In college or high school, and not all refs call this. I learned this the hard way. If the ref considers it a shot attempt, it does not have to hit anything. You can catch your own air ball in high school, college, or below. As long as it's a shot attempt, it's not a travel. And that was a shot attempt on the putback the first time.
Back out, Goins tries the three, nothing there. Rebound,
great play.
Burkholder.
And he got fouled.
And
Ammerheim got it, and he got fouled.
Yep. Ammerheim picked it up from Burkholder, and he got fouled, and he'll go to the line, and that's nice because they won't eat up any of that clock coming down the court.
Let's take a look.
Time.
Take a look at this. Ammerheim comes underneath Bryant. He's going to steal it from him. Watch him come right here and get it. And the reason they have to call right there, he's grabbing around him. You can't. It's just Bryant knew it too. He was going to try and get a held ball situation, and he grabbed him. And also, 10 fouls on Wayne State. This is not a 1-and-1. This is 2 shots. Make this a 2-point game if he hits them both.
He doesn't have to make the first one. He gets 2 either way.
He doesn't
like to.
Yeah.
But he's taking another shot, in other words.
Doesn't matter now. He makes the first one. They're only down 3.
Amrine. 2 for 2. And hits. 3 for 3 now. 78-76. It hasn't been a 2-point game since early in the first half.
But it was 2-0. It was a 2-point game, I think. Look at the defense.
Almost a steal there. Kovac almost picked up that pass.
And look at the defense. They're not letting anybody have anything easy.
Watkins back out looking and finding some room. No travel call.
You can't
do that. No travel call.
Cannot get up. It doesn't matter. They got the rebound.
Back anyway.
Chance
coming up on a minute.
Get Burkholder in the post.
Pioneers need to set it up. Kovac looks for help underneath. Burkholder, Merriwelli. Oh, he can't hit. Stuck in the paint. He can't put it down. And the Tartars get it back. Pioneers had a number of chances.
Oh, man.
To make it a 2-point game. And tie it up, exactly. And it's still a 2-point game, though. As they could not hit.
Oh, my. And they're going to run this clock down.
14 seconds on the shot clock and counting down.
Oh, good move.
Yusuf Harris goes
Great move.
And now,
2-possession game. They got to score.
80-76. Pioneers need to score here. Burkholder
Great
puts
pass.
it down.
What a play by Kovac, though. He made the play.
Timeout Pioneers, and they trail by 2.
Yeah, Burkholder with the layup, but Kovac made the whole play there. He took the guy to the hole, brought the double team to him, was spinning, using both hands. Watch this play. And he had missed the spin around at that point. Easy layup for Burkholder. You got to convert that. And now you've got to foul people.
Let's go down to the huddle.
Face check denial. I want it except for 22, Harris. I want it to go into him. I want to foul him right now. You go for the ball, then you take it. Go for the ball, we get a steal, fine. If he makes both shots, get it out, push it up, go to the hole, and get a timeout. If he makes both shots, pull it out, push it up, score, and get a timeout.
Let's go,
We got lots of timeouts left. All right, come on, guys, let's go. Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
The Pioneers trying to stop Yusuf Harris here before their shot. Harris driving and puts down a tough layup here.
And again, that was something they were told Burkholder didn't help, because all the time they've been helping, the guys have been dishing off. I heard him just say about fouling Harris, the reason you want to foul him, he's a 62% free throw shooter. He's the worst one on the floor for them. And free throws in this half, OU, that's what's got them where they are now, at least in the game. 17 for 20. Wayne State 4 for 6. The 2 misses coming from Corwin Jones. Maybe you want to foul him.
Pioneers couldn't stop the Tartars from putting it down. Look at this, wide open. Yusuf Harris couldn't hit.
Good
but
defense.
They can't foul him. They foul him with 11-3 left.
Well, who was it that came? Somebody came over and made a big defensive play, though. Didn't foul him, but he bothered the layup.
Good hustle just to hear the footsteps coming behind him, and Yusuf Harris could not hit.
It's going to be a 1-and-1. That's only the 8th foul, and that was McClellan, the freshman, with the big play there. Goins, good job to get the rebound, and he's going to be at the line. You know, for all his scoring, he's only a 67% shooter from the free throw line.
And he's yet to go there today, so.
And that's only the 8th foul, so it is the 1-and-1 for Wayne State. They've got to box out on the rebounds. 11.3 seconds left. You got to figure they're going to get the rebound and call a timeout.
First trip to the line for Goins, the freshman, 13 points on the night so far. He has not scored here in this second half. 11.3 left here in this one. A 2-point game, 80-78. The Tartars lead, and Goins to shoot. Can't hit it. Here come the Pioneers. Clock winding down. Merwelli, baseline, gets it stolen. The Tartars double-team Merwelli down on the baseline and steal it away from him. Merwelli just wanted to go, I think, all the way.
Yeah, I think
he didn't look for help at all.
Watkins came from behind and made a great steal. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure why it was they didn't call. If Wayne State calls a timeout, I don't know why they didn't call a timeout. Maybe they didn't want to give Wayne State a chance to set up the defense. But you know, that's probably a little frustration. Merwelli hasn't been real effective offensively. Probably want to make up for it right now, and he wasn't able to.
2.5 seconds left for Greg Campy's team. They trail by 2.
Well, now you're going to foul somebody right away.
Let's go down to Greg Campy.
It's 1-and-1. If he misses the free throw, grab the rebound, we're going to call timeout. If he makes it, all right, after the second make, same thing, call timeout, okay? Just get on there, make sure we get the rebound, and call timeout, all right?
Let's go, fellas. Let's go, guys. Come on now.
He said, correct one thing, the foul, they did commit the foul before the timeout, so it is Watkins already at the line, and it was Merwelli's 4th foul. There's not that much time left. There's 2.5. They're going to have to get a rebound and just get a shot off, I think. They, you know, I don't envy their position.
The Pioneers knew they had to make their comeback. They just waited a little too long.
Yeah. Watkins 1 for 2 at the line tonight, but on the season a 78% shooter. Which means if you believe in percentages, he's going to make the first one.
He's 1 for 3. He missed the tail end of three-point play earlier in the first half. Let's take a look. In and out. And a timeout call quickly with 1.3.
They're going to put time. They're going to put time back on.
They're gonna. Let's see what they do.
The clock doesn't start until he touches it. It's not off the rim. There ought to be 2 seconds left. It does not take 1.2 seconds to get a rebound.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Here we go.
And they're going to bring all the officials are going to come and talk about it. Take a look. Clock starts now. Boom, timeout. That's not 1.2 seconds.
No, that's less than 1
That's
second.
0.5 about. That's just put it to. It was 2.5. Put it at 2, and you know they've got to adjust it a little.
Yeah.
And that's what they're discussing.
They're talking right now. One of the Wayne State fans down there trying to tell the ref what to do.
Yeah, it's ever since they got to these decimal points on seconds, it's like, geez.
Well, it's another great one here. The Tartars and the Pioneers every time, guaranteed. Throw out the records. Pioneers coming in on a big 7-game streak. They are 11-2, 5-1 in the conference. Wayne State 8-7, 3-5 in the conference, but something magical happens to the Tartars whenever they come here.
Every time, and they're going to add a little time to this clock. Let's see what they're going to put. It's going to be about 1.6, I think. See how you
add a 0.6 to it, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to make a big difference. They have to, you know, they're inbounding way down here.
Yeah.
And they got to go way down here.
Well, they didn't add anything, or did they? They haven't added anything.
Yeah, they're still working on it.
They'll go to another timeout here.
Or are they? Well, I don't like the way they're going to do this. They're trying to tell the clock operator to just wait to wait 0.3.
Maybe the ref will point to the clock operator when it started. So this is interesting.
How does anybody know how to count 0.3 seconds in their head?
I'll tell you that. The whole game riding on this call here.
I don't. Ooh, man. That's probably the best you can do with it. It's probably, you know, I'm guessing that their clock setup is that you can't punch in 1.6. But you got to let it run down. You don't want to play a guessing game. Start and stop to get it back there.
Tartars have yet to take the court. Pioneers are out there. Here come the Tartars now on the second buzzer.
Remember this, you know, if they can somehow get a foul out of this, it's 2 shots no matter what.
Stuck all the way down the court.
Out of bounds.
His foot was out. They tried to get it down and try to pass off real quick. So it's a nice try.
Yeah, Booza stepped out of bounds before he leaped for it, and now it's.
And that'll do it.
But it should go back to 1 point. The clock shouldn't have started, and it should go. It should also be inbounded down here, but there should be no time off the clock. And they're at 0.9, so now it should be 1.6 again, and everything's messed up.
Well, Greg Campa getting an explanation over there from Angelo Gust.
Oh, man.
Let's take a look again.
Now,
They're trying to pass it out of bounds, and then that player will then toss it inbounds, but
we're not going to be able to tell from here. But you see, you can't see where it is, but Booza's foot, he stepped on the out-of-bounds line before he leapt for the ball, before he jumped and caught it.
Yeah.
But the clock shouldn't have started. They're still in the 1-1 for Wayne State.
They're putting the 1.3 back up.
Now they're able to do it. No, they're able to put 1 on, but you can't put decimals is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Because it should have been 1.6 the first time. So now they're going to count 0.6 instead of 0.3 before they tell you. It's the longest 1.6 seconds I've ever lived through.
Well, all coming down to this, 80-78. The Tartars in control all game long, and the Pioneers said, hey, we're going to come back in this one, but they came back a little too late.
It's all right. You know, we've got all day. It's not like we have to be at a hockey game or anything.
Yeah. Well, you're here for basketball. Why would you want to go to a hockey game?
Exactly. I mean, who would do that?
Ron Hammy looking on, and he's got a little smile. He thinks he's got this one.
Probably does. Now, can you commit a dead ball foul and get a clock moving?
See what happens.
And make it not look intentional?
Maybe you could. Maybe
well,
you
got to make it look not intentional.
All right. And we're underway. Foul is called. And that'll do it. That'll do it. The Wayne State Tartars victorious again as they travel out here to Oakland University. And they come up big. They had their guns loaded with 3-pointers in the first half, and that carried them through the second as Mike Foley picked up 4 3-pointers in the second half and carried the Tartars through on this victory over the Pioneers. The Pioneers battling. It was a tough battle all game long, Joe, for them.
And every time there was a clutch shot to be made, it was usually Foley, but every one of them, they hit them, and they were always threes. And they kept themselves in the lead. They never gave up that lead, and even when Oakland got close at the end, Wayne State came up with a big defensive play. Rand Watkins with the steal on Marilelli.
So the Wayne State Tartars victorious here at Oakland University. And the final 80-78. And that guy right there, Mike Foley, came up big in that second half and really was their only scoring threat. But he had him hold in there for that victory, 80-78. We'll be back to wrap things up right after these messages. Stay with us.
Oakland Press Perspective with Neil Monroe is an informative talk show that discusses issues often overlooked by broadcast stations. Neil Monroe, the editor of the Oakland Press newspaper, will keep you abreast on hot topics, events, and issues taking place in Oakland County. So for news you can use, join Neil Monroe every week on the Oakland Press Perspective, Friday night at 8:30 on TCI 63. If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
And welcome back to the Lepley Sports Center. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson to wrap it up for you. The Tartars winners today over the Oakland University Pioneers, 80-78. For the Pioneers, it was a long battle back. They were down by 13 at one point and then just struggled to get back into it. But that shooting percentage, that field goal percentage kind of came down. As you saw for Wayne State, it was up around, 60% at halftime, and it came down to 48%. That's still pretty hot shooting, though, when you look at it.
Yeah, they were much colder, though, in the second half.
Yeah.
And OU did a lot at the free throw line, as you can see, most of that in the second half, and a good percentage, too. The turnovers, yeah, they got a little closer in the second half, but, man, it just seemed like Wayne State would convert Oakland's turnovers into points, and Oakland wasn't taking the same advantage. Rebounding, Oakland had the edge, which they're supposed to do, especially on the offensive end, converting them into second-chance points. But, look, when your third leading scorer isn't even in double figures, you got a problem.
Yeah. Take a look at the Tartars spreading it out. Yusuf Harris, 17, Foley, 15, all of those three-pointers. And Tony Goins hit all of his 13 in the first half. So you can see how a hot first half helped Wayne State just coast to the victory here. Burkholder, 13 of 18 from the floor, 33 points. Kovac, 19, but those were the only two real big scores. Amron came off the bench, but you've got guys like Marawelli and Booza and Stock who are out there, and they are guys who've been here for a while. They just could not contribute to it.
And Kovac only had 5 in the second half, and after about the first 3 minutes of the game, his three-point range was over. He just, and
all 5 of those were coming from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Next week, don't forget to tune in. It's the Berkeley Bears at Clarkston to take on the Wolves, and we talk about the Fife brothers. Well, one of the best is going to be there.
Yeah, Dane Fife, one of the best sophomore basketball players in the state, one of the best sophomore football players in the state, too. And, I'm hoping he plays quarterback in college instead of shooting guard, but either way, he's got a nice future ahead of him. Be a lot of fun to watch.
All right, that'll be next week. Don't forget to tune in for that one. For Joe Abramson and our entire TCI staff, I'm Dave Zorn. Thanks for tuning in. The final score here at the Lepley Sports Center, the Wayne State Tartars 80 and the Oakland University Pioneers 78.